The Ben Cousins documentary did not reveal much more than a dreadful cautionary tale about the dangers of drug addiction and the extent to which the Brownlow medalist has fallen mentally. But this particular exchange between Ben and Basil Zempilas was beyond grubby, beyond demeaning.
I wasn't doing someone a favour, far out. I was just trying to get a route, you know. That's what I was trying to do, basically.
I could ask, did it get the desired result, but...
No, it didn't, but, you know...
Basil, the blokey nudge, the dreadful follow-up question, the assumption that this was in any way an acceptable line to pursue or a conversation to be held on primetime television. Why on earth did the editors leave it in? And Basil, why did you let them? Were you all so desperate for a gotcha moment in the story of a fallen hero who was desperately seeking relevance but completely lacking clarity, inability to explain how or why all this happened? It was so tasteless.
I thought his interview overall, he did a great job. I agree with you on that. That shouldn't have made it past
the edit.
Disgusting. And it was an ill-timed question. What did you think of it overall? Did you find it hard to watch, or was it voyeuristic side of it that you thought was interesting?
It's been a tough few weeks for everyone, Craig. But I was as depressed as I've felt. I mean, it was just so sad and so awful. And, you know, some of the things, you know, the writing to the soapy star, the getting him to play tennis with Nat Fyfe is a bit of a gimmick, and the meeting with John Worsfold, although not really showing what happened. I felt it was strangely edited. I know it was a tough job for Basil, but that's one there. It was just sickening. It was sickening, and it was just so awful to see how much he's struggling.
We welcome in the Port Adelaide Games record holder in the Sunday Footy Show and Footy Classified's Kane Corns. How did you feel watching it last night?
I was wrong on it, Hutchie and Caro. Last week, I think I said I was really looking forward to watching it, and I was, and I watched every minute of it. Ben Cousins is my vintage. I got to play on him, and he was one of the greats of the game, and I look forward to that challenge every time. He didn't say anything on the field. He just worked himself into the ground, and it really was a privilege to play on him and some of the other West Coast greats. But to see that last night, I just don't think it was productive. The title coming clean was misleading, I thought, because clearly Ben Cousins isn't clean, and the place that he should be is not doing a documentary, it's in rehab. So I was a little bit like you, Caro, and I was wrong on that last week.
It won in Perth, and it almost kept pace with Married at First Sight. So I guess it had the desired effect from the network, albeit it had a social fallout today. I think Jared Waitley said it was a hard thing to think of watching with your kids, and it certainly was uncomfortable, but a lot of people wouldn't have been able to turn it off.
I advised my kids to watch it, Hutchie. I said
Did
to
you?
Lucy, mate,
Yeah.
I'm in Melbourne, I said, make sure they watch this, because it is the cautionary tale of the path not to go down and the path that it can have on your life and your
But
health.
it was so debasing to... It was that thing of the discussion about sex. It was just so... every woman watching that, and certainly most clear-minded young men and older men would have been horrified.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It was a distasteful part of the documentary, albeit I thought more broadly Basil did a good job.